Hello and welcome to Afro Issues. I am Ifoma Duribe, and on today's episode we're talking about traffic officials and road users. We have the Deputy General Manager of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, Mr. Ade Timiro, and of course my co-host Nwosu Merije.
Hello.
Mr. Ade Timiro, thank you and welcome for coming on to our show. Please, what are the major challenges you face as a traffic official in Lagos State?
Thank you very much. We face a lot of challenges while we are doing our job, because Lastma is started with the responsibilities to control and manage throughout the state on the state highways. And the challenges are can divide into three. We have challenges from motorists. We have challenges from hawkers or market traders,
Yes.
who occupy part of the road.
That's meant to be used by vehicles.
Yes, that is made for vehicles. And we have challenges as a result of the road condition. Now let me talk about the challenges from the motorist. See, the motorist, you can divide them into two. We have private vehicles operators, drivers, the private vehicles owners, and we have commercial vehicles operators. So let me first of all talk about the commercial vehicles operators, because they are the ones that give us more headache than any other group.
Yes.
So when you are even talking about the commercial vehicles operators, you can still break them down. We have the bus driver, you have tricycles drivers, you have a motorcyclist. See, all these people, they create a lot of problem for us. Maybe as a result of little education on traffic related matters, and we have been trying our best, to go to their garages and talk to them what is required of them, what Lagosians are expecting from them, and our own responsibility to make it known. We are their friends. We are friends, but if you do what you
What is
expect
right.
you to do, we become friends. But if you do otherwise, we are not friends. Now, they constitute a lot of nuisance on the road.
Yes.
Many of them are the slightest hold up like
Opportunity.
this. It may be hold up as a result of a traffic light or whatever, or it may be as a result of an incidents, broken down vehicles or
Yes.
accident or anything. Before you know it, they just veer to the other side of the road. They face oncoming vehicles, and even in some cases, they can completely block them. All these commercial vehicles, drivers, the bus drivers. And for tricycles, there are so much rulings. It's like they don't know what they're supposed to do, because you see them creating another lanes. You see, especially in two ways. Look at this Osolo Way now. Where I was coming, Osolo Way is a two-way drive, but you discover that tricycles deliberately block the oncoming vehicles and make it very, very difficult for my men. My men are just there, just talking to them, In most of these things, we want to correct them. We don't want to apprehend. Where you can correct, just correct. It's not that you apprehend in all cases. So they create a lot of problem for us. And I'm talking about the road conditions. The kind of inclement weather which we have presently now.
That's the rainy
See,
season.
during the rainy season,
Yes.
it's a problem, because Lagos State, because of a low level of the road, the whole place is flooded. When the road is flooded, all vehicles will have to slow down. No vehicles will want to run into it. So that is a problem. And then you see, you discover that before this administration came on board,
Yes.
you discover that virtually all the roads are bad. So immediately,
So there's been improvement.
and the first executive order by the state government is on traffic management, the flooding of the entire rules and the environmental sanitation. So our own aspect of it is to manage the traffic and control the traffic effectively. So that is just part of it. I may still talk about that later.
Yeah.
Then I'm talking about the private vehicles owner too. The private vehicles owners, we have law enforcement agents riding their own vehicles. We have lot of lawyers. We have journalists. All these people, they know more than necessary about the law. So they are the ones that we want to say they look down on the traffic officers as if, and most of the traffic officers, in fact, majority, they are graduates. We go, we went to the same university, but they just because they are doing that job, they don't want to obey them. And that has already created a lot of...
As a traffic officer, does the state empower you to arrest people who flout traffic laws?
Thank you very much.
Sure.
The law that Lastma operates with is not made by Lastma.
Okay.
It's made by
the Lagos State government.
Lagos State House of Assembly.
Okay.
So everything we do is according to law. And because people have been taking us to court here and there, now we arraign everybody before a mobile court, traffic mobile court. There is a mobile court now. So if you contravene any law, we just take you to mobile court, you go and argue your case there. It is our responsibility to prove that you actually
guilty.
Committed that offense.
Yes.
We have evidence, photographic evidence, everything. So all those evidence are with us. We are not likely to give you. We are not going to show you. But when we get to court, they will show you the evidence. So we operate according to law.
So just like he said, when one defaults, they are expected to pay a certain amount of money, like a fine. Is it true? Is it actually done?
Fine.
Yeah.
I say Lagos State House of Assembly has already made the law and prescribed appropriate sanction for infraction.
Okay.
So if you commit any traffic offense, the law is there to take care of you. So we take you to
The mobile court.
The mobile court.
We cannot charge you less than what the law, you cannot pay less than what the law says.
Yes.
Okay.
So for example now, if you drive in a direction prohibited by road traffic law, which popularly we call a one way,
Yes.
Okay.
the law is saying forfeiture.
Forfeiture of the vehicle?
Forfeiture of the vehicle.
Okay.
Because it's doing in abroad, it's talking about abroad. Nobody will do that. But in abroad, they operate on technology.
That's true.
I've been to, in fact, I read in Sweden, their place, they have database. If you are going to register your vehicle, you give correct information. In Nigeria here, you just stay at the comfort of your home and you give your papers to a tout. The tout will just give address that cannot be traced by anybody. So when that happens, and traffic office, there was a time normally when we contravene you, we don't impound your vehicle. We give you fine ticket, go and pay. None of them paid that money. None of them. And it's very, very difficult for us to trace them. And that is why
fake registration.
Yes, because they use fake
data,
to register their vehicles.
Data. Okay.
And that has been part of our challenges. So it's not really
This is Afro Issues.
Hi, this is Zach Orji, Nollywood actor and filmmaker. Keep watching and keep following Afro Issues.
This is Afro Issues.
So, would you encourage road users to make videos of traffic officials when they do things that's not according to the law? Would you encourage people to film them while they do these things, just in case you feel like that's a way to check their behavior on field work?
Thank you very much.
Sure.
You see, we're in era of technology.
Okay.
There's no way you can stop anybody from recording whatever it says, either right or wrong.
Yes.
We see motorists that record action of a Lastma personnel that are good. They send this to us with
As a
commendation.
way of encouraging them.
Yes,
Okay.
that these people are doing well. And if you see any other Lastma officer that is doing what is against the law, because our activities are regulated by laws too. So film the person, video it, send this to us, then we will take action. And even, some of these things, they send this to Facebook and some other things, we investigate.
Just to be sure that
Yes,
it's the right
we
way.
investigate. At times we discover that many of these, because you have to balance the story you ask from the officials, and also you can even invite that person. We invite the person and we balance the story. And if our men are air, then we take appropriate action.
Okay.
They will punish for it.
Sometimes these road users, especially the motorists, the commercial drivers, sometimes when they break certain laws during their work, they are expected to pay fine, just like you said the last time. Some of them, you see them, they prove stubborn, like they won't pay or something. They insist on they are right or they are wrong. So what happens to a motorist, a commercial driver, that doesn't pay the fine expected at a particular point in time?
Thank you very much. I told you that ordinarily we don't want to impound anybody's vehicle, because we know that is their means of
livelihood.
So we don't want to take that vehicle. But by the time we take vehicles, you see a lot of people will suffer for it. But in a situation where you gave appropriate fine to somebody to go and pay because he had already committed a traffic offense and he refused to pay, what can you do? So eventually you have to impound the vehicles, and many of them, they attack our men. They don't even want their vehicles to be impounded. So they attack our men, and in fact, we've lost so many of our personal assets of those something. If you cooperate, traffic offense is a civil offense. It's not a criminal offense. Just cooperate with us. Even in some of these things, if you go to the superior officer and explain to the superior officer, he will let you go. We don't have to impound all vehicles. It's not all offenses. Some people will do it out of ignorance.
Yeah.
Somebody coming to Lagos for the first time now, he doesn't even know whether to turn to the
left or right,
and he stopped to asking somebody, and you say you want to impound such a person. You can't impound his vehicle because he's asking for the direction. Even you as a traffic officer, you're supposed to help such a person. Tell him how to, then you allow him to go. So that is why we say we are their friends.
Okay.
But commercial vehicles operators, if you just do that, let me tell you, I was coming with Lastma patrol vehicles. My intention, I was just going my way. But that man knows that he stopped at illegal bus stop. There is no bus stop in that place. The man just, boom, he ran on somebody. Only go save that person. But the person had bruise on his leg. And they say Lastma. And I was going my way. And there was a day, a motorcyclist knocked down somebody. I parked with that branded vehicles. I went to somewhere to go and buy something. Then when I was coming, I witnessed that something. And somebody was saying, it's Lastma. And my vehicle was just parked along the road. I parked very off the road. Then they say Lastma. And thank God. Somebody say, where did you see Lastma? Don't you see that Okada that knocked that man down? That it wasn't Lastma. So that's kind of, people have this negative perception about Lastma. So it's not, I think it's not right.
Do you think there are measures to be taken to help curb these traffic ills?
In the society, excuse me. Well, part of the measures is what we have been seeing. We go to garages. We rely very much on a public enlightenment campaign in the garages. do it through the medias, print or on electronic media and online media. So we educate people a lot so that they can know what is expected of them on the road. So that it's a collective collective effort
Yes.
to receive to reduce traffic congestions on our roads. For example, if you are going out, you have to make sure that your vehicle is in proper shape. You have to maintain your vehicles very well. Here we lack maintenance culture. Somebody will know that the tires is not good, still want to go out, and eventually that tire will give problem. At times 2 tires at a time, and if you even have extra tire, it will only be 1.
Yeah.
It means you have to remove 1 tire and go and inflate it on the road, and that is a problem. Many of them know that the condition of the vehicles will not even do what they wanted to do, but they say, okay, let this vehicle go for 1 trip. After that 1 trip, they want to fix it, and the vehicle will break down on the road. So we have a lot of breakdown, and as a result of impatience, we have a lot of road crashes. People will drink, still they want to drive.
Yes.
And here, it's not like an advanced country you are talking about. On Friday, all the ambulances will put on alerts. Then there are a lot of precaution. Here, if we don't even have a hyperlock, something that we can use to test their alcoholic level. People will drink, they still drive, and overspeeding. Over there, somebody is talking about advanced country. Overspeeding is a serious offense. Government made a lot of money from people for overspeeding. But here, people will see. Before this, my new role, I was the Director Planning, Research and Statistics. I mounted metro traffic counts on 12 million bridge. And that's metro traffic counts. We calculate the speed, we record the speed of vehicles. And at night, people were making 160 kilometers per hour on 12 million bridge. So any little mistake, and most of these people are drunk.
Yes.
You see, they were coming from a party, joints on Friday nights, and if anything happens, straight away.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is why we do a lot of advocacy. We educate them, and I think things will be. You see, government is doing what they're supposed to do, but we equally have to assist government by also contribute our own quota to do what is expected of us.
So now you talk about educating them. What are these people who, like, let me take you back to what you said before. Like you said, even those that are educated, those that are not expected to break the laws are even the one breaking the laws. What do you do with them when they do this kind of thing?
Well, the law is there, to take care of everybody.
Yes.
All you need, you see, they want to capitalize on the fact that we are not likely to have evidence against them. So once you don't have evidence, even if you go to court, the case will be thrown out. But now, we teach our men to rely. Once you don't have evidence, don't even cultivate that vehicle at all. Don't bring the vehicle to the court.
Yes. Because
the case will fail. So, and we rely very much on that. And we equally educate people. Their excuse is that they have an appointment, they have to meet that appointment, and whatever
that's when
they
want
to do it to meet that appointment. So we advise people, the condition of our roads, the traffic situation. If you have an appointment, leave your home early, enough to meet your appointment. You don't just say, okay, you have an appointment in 1 hour's time and you want to go.
You rush out from your house.
You rush out within 30 minutes to get there. It's not possible because we have a lot of vehicles in Lagos, and traffic is a sign of prosperity.
That's true.
It's only when you have money that you can buy
a
cars
vehicle.
now.
Yes, that's true.
Before the oil boom in Nigeria, you can drive on Lagos Road, no vehicles. But immediately the oil boom started, people started buying cars, and government thought they can be smart and come up with a odd and even number. But because there are money in people's pockets, they buy 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars. They give one to the wives, the children, another baby will take them down. So we have a lot of vehicles.
Yeah.
Flying the
But
roads.
government is trying to
A
reduce
great
all this
job.
thing now, because we have BRT. BRT is doing a lot of, so you can, and you look at the vehicles that are used for BRT, fully air conditioned vehicles.
That's true.
So you can put your vehicles
Aside.
at their, yes,
Yeah.
put it at home, or at best you can put it where it is safe, so that you can join
The BRT. Okay.
bus. So we reduce the road. In overseas, they know that there is congestion. That is why they have a lot of measures, like congestion tax. If you have to go out at a particular time of the day, you have to pay certain tax for it. But here we have not reached that stage.
We'll get there
Over there,
someday.
yes, we get there. You see most of the cars now, the only occupant is the driver. In overseas, they do car sharing. If you live around the same place, if you live in an estate and you walk around the same place, you arrange among yourself. If I go with my
And
car
share a
today,
vehicle.
tomorrow, another
Yeah,
person
the
will
next
use,
person's car.
Yeah, we find his car.
Okay.
We pray we
how
get
can
to
Yeah.
how
that
can
point
Lastma
sometime.
be reached? Like, do you have a helpline, or how can Lastma be reached?
We have a lot of helplines.
Helplines,
We have
okay.
a lot of it. Even my line is also
A helpline.
If you call my number, I will pick it immediately and I will do the needful. Well, let me call my number.
Okay.
Yeah.
080
Okay. 080.
230 53190.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
Thank you very much,
Okay.
sir. So you don't
That-
have to,
that
but
one-
we'll show it on the screen
That's-
and your Lastma helplines as well.
That is good.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. We do appreciate you. Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned. And if you want to reach Lastma, the numbers are on your screens at the moment. Till we meet again next time, I am Ifoma Duribe. Bye.